Going even further, there's a 300 event challenge tower that is a completely new way to play the game itself.
We wanted to make sure that we stayed true to the core of why people love this game, which is I beat the shit out of you and then I rip your head off. And that is really why everyone loves Mortal Kombat, is the combat. And so the challenge tower is focused on that.
King of the Hill online mode with built-in player lobbies. In this mode, you don't just stare at cards humping each other. No, you're in a theater and you're watching your opponents battle each other out. You even have little avatars where you can boo, cheer, do little special attacks, and even rate your opponent's performances. An unmatched social experience in a fighting game. Then there's 100-player meetup room lobbies online that, when combined with the King of Hill mode, can make for very easy to implement tournaments. Though the best way to play this game is offline. There's even a cooperative multiplayer option that allows you and another friend to go up the ladder and beat the game. It was incredibly fun swapping out, trying to do your job and make sure that the team doesn't lose and win the game. Get her, Joe, get her, get her! Get her, Joe, one more! Yeah!
Are you gonna take that thing off? You've been wearing it for 2 weeks now.
No.
This is why I don't like coming over.
Why? Because I wear this costume?
Yes.
It's cool. I like it. Then there's the crypt, filled with unlockables, the character bios, and a crap ton of extras. Holy fuck balls! There is a lot here. If you refuse to admit that this game has this much value, you are an idiot. All other fighting game companies need to take notice. This is how it's done. And for that, I have to give credit where credit is due. NetherRealms knows how to have fun. They know how to learn from recent game successes, taking the best elements there and incorporating it into their own game, and more importantly, how to give the fans what they want. I'll give you proof. Babyalities even make a hilarious return.
Finish him, you weak, pathetic fool! Liu Kang wins. Babality.
Whereas most fighting games thinks it's okay to just give us the bare minimum, having you just run through a few levels and face a single boss at the end, Mortal Kombat does all that and more. But that's not to say the game doesn't have its annoyances. The most pressing issue is the online lag, a game killer for any sort of online competition. If they can press through this, patch it up, iron it out, my major complaint will be wiped away. There's also some balancing issues to consider when people start to spam projectile attacks, but I'm not going to hold that against the game. A lot of fighting games suffer that drawback. However, it would have been cool to play individual chapters in the story modes, coming back to those later. I was also slightly let down by a few story bits happening off screen, which is, granted, you know, it's an epic story spanning 3 games, but I wanted to see some of the things that I never got to see, like what actually happens in the Cyber Initiative. And finally, boss fights like Shao Kahn can be a bit frustrating and cheap. It's because he spams his damn hammer all the time. Ow! Kahn!
Shao Kahn wins.
Another confusing thing is that you could play as Goro, but only in the challenge tower. Why can't we play him in the regular mode? He's got one of the funniest babalities where he bitch slaps himself.
Scorpion wins. Babality.
In the crypt, Players earn coins by playing through the game that they can use to spend on unlockables. Unfortunately, most of that is just arts, concepts, and sketches, instead of like cool shit, like alternate costumes, like, you know, Cyrax and Sector's human costumes, more like that. Or the fun video tidbits of the past, like cooking with Scorpion.
This week on Cooking with Scorpion, learn about chopping, tenderizing, chopping, cake decorating, and chopping.
Now you can unlock and discover fatalities, but you can execute these anyway if you know the moves and just look them up online, which makes them kind of pointless. I wish the crypt had more valuable things to make all your grinding worth it. More cooking withs, please. Have fun, like this. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to Cooking with Ermac! With all your favorite Latino recipes! Oh what, you didn't know I was Hispanic? With a dark tan like this? You gotta be kidding me, huh? Okay, take it easy, man, take it easy. On today's show, we're gonna be making tostones, alright? All you're gonna need is a frying pan, oil, and plantains. First, you cut them up into little pieces. I like mine extra thin. Then throw the plantains in the pan. Cook until golden and you are done. I have one right here. Delicious! On next week's episode, we're gonna have Reptile over and we're gonna cook one of his eggs! Oh, hey, take it easy, man! Take it easy! Alright, seriously, guys, the final verdict for Mortal Kombat is a full, very enthusiastic 9 out of 10. Damn near close to 10 out of 10, if not for some of the balancing issues. This is a game that gives you so much, succeeds on nearly every level, whose issues never really take away from the greater experience. A 10 out of 10 game, like Red Dead Redemption, is now the new standard, what I will measure all other open world games against. And I think that's what Mortal Kombat is now become for the fighting game genre. It's gonna be my measuring stick for all fighting games hereafter. The game challenges the fighting genre to create rewarding and interesting stories, to increase their production value to the 10th degree, and offer players so much extra content to go along with the core fighting experience. This game has accomplished everything that it set out to do, and it is worth every single penny of its purchase price. And that's why it earns, very easily, my badass seal of approval. I'm issuing a general order. If you want to see the best of what fighting games have to offer, go out and buy Mortal Kombat. This is a fighting game for the ages, and it deserves a spot in your library. It's every bit as good as the extremely excellent Super Street Fighter 4, only for a completely different audience. A more accessible fighter. Think of it as the fun, over-the-top Saints Row 2 to Grand Theft Auto in Street Fighter. Both games are excellent, the king of their genres, and there's enough room for both. This was a masterful reboot of the series. Such a complete game that it makes it really tough to follow up with a sequel. But hopefully the newly formed NetherRealm Studios already has something cooking up their sleeves. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
Are you okay?
It's part of acting. I'm good.
I heard a crack.
It was just my teeth chomping.
Okay, I'm gonna be a lot more careful. Let me see if I can go in front of you. I'll go in front of you. Okay.
This is why I don't like coming over.
Why? Because I wear this costume?
Yes.
It's cool. I like it. Shut up, Joe. We are many, you are but one.